Hey y'all, welcome back to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. I'm going to show you what I do in a day, okay, around here. By feeding the chickens and feeding the dog, reorganizing things, just rearranging things or whatever I see needs done. Like I said, you've been seeing that the front yard and everything that our neighbor has been doing as far as cutting our yard and everything else like that. We've got a lot of overgrown grass that's growing on the side of the house all the way down to the end of our other driveway. So that's going to be taken care of. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I'm going to show you what's going on. And it's almost 90 degrees right now. Hot. But tomorrow, it's going to be another story. So I'm going to take care of what I need to take care of right now. Stay tuned. Okay, so now you see what I'm talking about. I'm on the inside of the run. I'm in the shade, as y'all can see. But I done made their run, as you remember on the last video. So along this fence line, they can push that wire and they try to get out, and they do the same over here as well. So what I'm going to do is take this board and put it along the edge of this fence, so that way they can't push that wire, and it's going to be on the inside instead of on the outside, if that makes any sense. Like I have over here with this board on the inside, because I had the board on the outside, and I'll be bringing that board and bringing it on the inside so they cannot push that wire. And I'm going to go all the way around the perimeter, and then I'm going to take this pallet here and get it set up with their water and feed, and I'll show you when I come back what it looks like. Y'all know, this is the pallet that was on the side of the house where the potatoes were. I've been giving the chickens and all their food, and I've been setting it behind here, their little cage, as you can see. And I've been putting the food and stuff back there because it's very shaded and stuff. But it's taking its course because it's very narrow over there. And I thought that would have been a great idea to do. So these chickens will be getting this pallet. I'm going to set it over somewhere around over here. Okay, so that way I can set their feed and their water up on. So that way when it's time for them to go back in, this will still be here, but it'll help me to keep from making them extra trips, trying to get around there to get, get their water and stuff. So I'm trying to make it easy for myself. And yeah, so I will be showing you little steps at a time. Now I won't be doing no time lapse, but it'll be just like, as I finish the progress, I'll be coming back on and showing you each step what I be doing. So it won't be a long video. Okay, so I'm going to take this pallet, and then also behind the corn, you see that board? I'm going to bring that board on the inside and go around the perimeter. Yes, I have some escape artists. There have been some times that I've came back here, and my chickens have gotten out, and they done sat here and free ranged this whole area. In a way, I thought it was pretty good, but I got my dog over there, and I don't want to take a chance for him to try to break through and get a hold of these chickens. But when they did escape, y'all, all this green that you see on the ground, it was gone. They cleaned that up. I was like natural weed eater, and I was happy as heck. But the dog is over there, Mickey, and I don't want to take that chance. So we're going to have to hit that up with the weed eater until I get out there to the homestead where they can run free. So now I'm just going to work on what I need to work on over here in this perimeter to keep them inside to play in this run when it's time for them to play, when they're ready to play. All right, I'm going to quit babbling because it's getting kind of warm out here. Okay, honeybees, so I took a break because it is hot, like I said. I have hydrated myself, and I have finished what I was doing in the chicken coop. So I want to let you see everything that I've done. And I think they're very good and secure now. They're happy. I don't let them back out. And I'm happy that it's more secure. And yeah, so I'm going to turn the camera around so that way you can see what I've done for today. This is what I do on a regular, okay, on a regular basis. And I think this is going to be even better because how I rearranged it and everything. But I go and I check out the chickens, see if they're good, make sure their food is good, and that, you know, not sticking to each other. They got fresh food all the time, and they have good, cool water. And the way these temperatures are, your chickens gotta have cool water every day, because that water can get very warm very quickly. I don't care if it's the shade, it's gonna get warm. So you gotta give them clean water every day. Every day. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see what's going on. Okay, as you can see, they're all over there in their little corner. They're gonna be scratching, and they still won't be able to get nothing from the other side because there is another 10 behind there if they were gonna try their best in their pallet. But I got that wired up so that way they can't get through there. And I also brought their feeder and their other waterer that's sitting on the other side, and I used those cabinet doors that I had and put them on top and on the bottom so that way they can't fall through the little cracks of the pallet, and gave them some more water. So as we walk over this way, as you can see, so back there it's got some more water, and it's filling up in their little waterers, so they can always drink some, and then they can jump up on here and drink some more water. They can stick their heads off in these little things right here to get their feed, and also that helps protect until I can get some tops for my buckets. I will be using those doors on top of it, so that way I don't have to worry about that getting wet at all. But then when I put the top on there, I won't have to worry about the food getting wet still, because they got little visors over it and they have to stick their head in there to eat anyway. So I'm very pleased on that, and I kind of like took some of that compost that was on the ground that they have made for me over time, and scooped all that stuff up and put that in a bucket, and so it can break down some more, and kind of leveled it off, because there was a big hole right here in the center. So I kind of leveled that on off so it can be back leveled again. So as you can see, they'll be able to walk on in there, and they can walk all around back there because it's shaded, and then they can walk underneath those bricks, and it's really shaded up underneath there, and then come out and come to their little run. And the little area right here, yeah, I rigged it, but it's gonna be worth it until I finish. So the gate itself, or the fencing, is back here on the side that I'm talking to you on this side, and then so it's going along that way, so that way I can be able to put the boards on the opposite side so they can't push it, if that makes sense. Instead of it getting pushed this way where they push it back towards me, this side is coming my way with the boards going all the way down where they can't push it, as you can see. And the same thing over there as well. They can't do it from there too. And so as we walk around, these grow bags that I have my corn, since the fencing is coming this way, I got them sitting right there on top of it. So as you can see how that goes. And then the fencing is steady coming this way, and then I got a lot of boarding on the opposite side that you just seen coming this way, so it stays kind of keep them from coming out. And that way I can pull the gate or the fencing back my way and just step over that board, because they cannot push it just to get out, because that's what they were doing. And then it's sealed when I close it back up really good. And these two corners right here are kind of crossbowed, and the fencing is still, they can't get in it, as you can see. So I'm glad I was able to cut them off, and it looks really good. I'm very happy. And then I took those that I had right here in the entryway, and just kind of overlap them a little bit so that way they can't get over there as well. So gotta be, I'm working with what I can until then, till I get out there on that homestead, and then they'll be able to free range more so, and I won't have to keep them like this, because when you're in the suburbia area, you gotta have them pinned a certain way. So I think that will work out just fine. And then I will be able to pull my water hose all the way over, as if I was watering the beds and stuff out here. I can still pull my water hose over, overlap it, and I can be inside and fill their water back up and their food, instead of me going inside there and then going to the back side. I can have it right here at my reach. So yeah. So that's them. I've already fed Mickey. Mickey's doing pretty good. He's in his little corner and chilling and everything. So I'm glad he's good to go. And headed back up to the front. If y'all was wanting to know what that bed looks like up in the front, but then I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so I made my little beds up, and that's that pallet I was telling you about. I was able to make my beds up, and those are my strawberries. And I'm so pleased. Y'all, patience is virtue. When I was telling you that I did those strawberries back in February the 14th, they got the sprouting off in that little miniature greenhouse that I had the strawberries in, that little container from the grocery store. You remember that? Well, I put some good soil in there, and I peeled those strawberries and then put them in there, and then put soil back over it, and just kept it watered and kept it in a good heating place. And there they are. So I took them pine shavings and I went all around this bed, and I went over here to my tires, and I had those bags that was on the side of the house that I said the neighbor gave me, with all those different leaves and pine needles and all that debris and sticks and all that stuff that I got over there. I filled those tires up and put some soil off in there, loose soil, and then the containers that I was telling you about when it came to those the food. This is why I like it. I got my watermelon and cantaloupe in here. My watermelon and cantaloupe. So now you're actually seeing what it looks like. So now I'm just ready for them to really start shooting up and start grabbing onto this handmade bamboo trellis. Very excited about that. And I'm gonna finish it off with some more pine shavings all the way to the end, and up behind over here. Still got a half a bag. So I in total about 2 bags. 2 bags. And I was thankful for that. And it looks really good up here in the front now. Now that now that it looks like something. And then we'll have some beautiful green foliage, which will be our fruit. So yeah, this is what it's looking like. And since I healed those potatoes, I'm gonna give you a quick look at that. Before I show you what those potatoes look like, y'all, those mothballs been working wonders. I'm gonna show you the beds that these cucumbers were in that I made out of the tires from the PVC pipes. I'm gonna show you what those look like as well. And I'm gonna turn the camera around because I haven't had to worry about that pesky cat no more. So this is what it's looking like, and they really look good, and I'm so happy. And I'm ready for them to show out as well. And then I'm going to take you over here to the potatoes. Forgot, I'm so anxious about these potatoes. But yeah, now here is the squash. And then here is the other squashes as well. And they're looking good too. Now the potatoes. You know, the other day I had put that grass from the neighbor, what they gave me, and put it all up in there and had it packed up real high. Since we had that rain, look how much these have grown. I'm going to have to heal these up again, y'all. Going to have to heal it up again. And that's what the potatoes are looking like. Look at there, y'all. They are really growing. And they're just pushing the net on up. And that's fine with me because I don't want nothing eating on that pretty foliage. That's how I protect it from them bugs and all that pesky stuff. I prepared to do this stuff so I won't have to worry about doing it later. Think of it and do it right then so that way you won't be running around here trying to cover your stuff up. When that time comes, when you start seeing all these bugs, it'll be already protected. This foliage is steady pushing this net up, and it can continue on pushing it up, and that's fine. But I'm protecting it. Put you some tulle on there. Tulle don't cost too much. It's over there at Walmart. You can get it in any fabric store. I got mine a year and a half ago from Amazon, and I made sure I got enough of it. I got it on sale. I can't remember what the price was, but if you don't want to get it off of Amazon, you can get it right there at Walmart or any kind of fabric store. Get you some tulle. It don't have to be white. You can get different colors. Color code your yard if you want to, or whatever vegetable you have. But that's the potatoes. So if you enjoyed the video that I have came and presented to you today, please give it a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. And leave a comment down below if you got any ideas on things. And yeah, thank you for coming to L&L Honeycomb Homestead. Until then, I'll be back with another video. And happy Mother's Day to y'all. Bye.